Hey everyone, I checked our mail and we got our monthly mortgage statement. So I am going to show you what we actually have to pay per month and what we have managed to pay off our mortgage in 3 years of owning our home. I will link my first video of what we actually paid for our house and the mortgage amount down below. And now you will get an update 3 years later to see what we've actually managed to pay off, and then I will go over this very long statement that shows you what we pay per month, what goes to principal, what goes to interest, and what we've paid over the past year. It's kind of interesting, and if you are a nerd or if you're interested in buying your first home, it's always good to see what a mortgage statement looks like so you have a better idea. And people love to just get nosy in your money. So come get nosy in mine and see what we're paying on our house. So let's get nosy in our money. Let's get started. Okay, so here's our mortgage statement. I blocked out all the private info, but if you want to pay my mortgage, please feel free. It starts by showing you the amount due. So $1,128.36 is what we actually have due. If you watch my budget videos, you know that we pay $1,200. So we pay $1,200 a month, and that is one of the ways that we pay off the mortgage faster. We're not doing it extremely fast, but that gives a little bit every month toward principal only. So everything over $1,128 up to $1,200 is straight to principal, and that helps reduce the mortgage balance. So if we move down, we will see the rest of the mortgage statement. So let's start up here. So this shows outstanding principal. So that is $141,194.46. So we have paid off a decent chunk in 3 years. The interest rate, we have a 3.625 interest rate. That is why we have not refinanced our mortgage this year to get rid of PMI, because we could not find an interest rate cheap enough that it made a difference in what we were paying in PMI. We actually had a couple mortgage people just tell us it's not worth it, and I mean, obviously our own calculations we could tell. So we have a really good interest rate. Prepayment penalty, no. This is so important if you want to pay off your mortgage faster, to make sure you get a loan where there's no payment, like prepayment penalty. And then our escrow balance currently is $2,356.34. That is what goes to pay our taxes, property taxes, and homeowners insurance. So this builds up until taxes are due, and our taxes I think are due usually, actually I have no idea. We do get mailed the property tax info, but the mortgage company actually pays it. So that you don't have to worry too much about. But if your escrow balance is too short and your property taxes go up, you do have to pay the difference. We had to do that our first year buying the home because our property value shot up from the previous year, and we had to pay more in taxes, so we had a shortfall of $1,800. And you can either add that to your monthly payment and increase the amount, or you can pay it all at once. And we just decided to pay it all at once because at that time we had an emergency fund, and we decided to do that. Okay, over here we have the explanation of the amount due, and that just explains what is due. So it kind of breaks down your payment, which is nice to see. So you know how much is going to principal, and that's the first line. Principal is $273.96. So that's not much, but it is about $70 more than when we started. When we first started, it was only around $200 going to principal each month. So ultimately, when you buy a house, you are throwing money away, just like renting. So that's why I hate that phrase, because not all of your payment is going to pay off your house. Obviously you're building equity as well, but it's just, that phrase really bothers me. There's nothing wrong with renting. So interest, $426.52. Escrow impound for taxes and or insurance. So this is the escrow account where all of our payments come out of for taxes and insurance, and that's $427.88. So we're paying as much in interest as we are for property taxes and our insurance. So if our mortgage was paid off, we would only be paying $426
$27 roughly a month, and that's just to cover property taxes and insurance. So that is such a different number. So our regular monthly payment is $1,128.36. And then this is all stuff if you get in trouble with your mortgage, like if you have unpaid late fees, overdue payments, stuff like that, you'll have extra down here. We never have that since we do automatic payments on our mortgage. So it just is $1,128. Down here is transaction activity, and ours is probably longer than some people's because we pay bi-weekly, and we also pay a extra amount because we are doing our extra money to get to $1,200. So we do $35.82 extra per payment. We do bi-weekly payments, so we pay $600 every 2 weeks, and that is $564.18 to the payment, and then $35.82 to the actual principal. So you'll see right here it goes on the 3rd, or I guess I could use the later one. On May 1st, when we made a payment, we made the payment toward our account, and then we actually, was that one all principal? Ooh, it was. So that's when our all principal payment came out. So because we do bi-weekly payments, we have one payment a year that goes all toward principal. I didn't realize it was in May, but it looks like my May 1st payment went to all principal. So you can see $564.18, and it's on principal paid. So it went all toward principal, which is amazing. So that $600 that I paid then went straight to it. So $35.82, which is our normal payment, it goes right here. So you can see the April 3rd payment, $564.18, it did not get applied to the account, so it goes to unapplied funds. So it would be up here if that, if I got this before the payment actually went through, but it goes to unapplied funds because I pay bi-weekly, and it just sits there for 2 weeks. And then the $35.82 goes straight to principal when it gets paid. And then, oh yeah, escrow also does our PMI. So we have $95.86 PMI a month, and that comes out of the escrow account. So that hit on the 5th. I kind of forgot to explain that earlier, but that's where that comes out. It obviously is not included up here in these nice numbers, but it does get paid, don't worry. And then on the 17th, we made our second bi-weekly payment for the month, and it came out, and then it actually went to the payment. So and then right here it shows it pulled that first $564.18 for the monthly payment. So it just kind of builds up, and then they apply it to the account, and then interest paid $429, principal paid $271.22, and then escrow paid $427.88. So you can see that $271 is $2 less. So every month we pay like $2 more to principal just in our normal monthly payment. But because we do the bi-weekly payments, that $564, this is actually the perfect time to do this video, and I didn't even know it, but that $564 goes straight to principal. So that is the number 2 way that we are doing the extra. So $600 entirely paid toward principal, and that is literally zero work on my part. Like, I didn't even know what was happening. Obviously, you caught me off guard on this video. So it's so easy, you don't even realize that you're paying your mortgage off faster. The last thing that is actually important, well, it says important messages, but clearly we have none, is the past payments breakdown. So this is so fascinating for me, and it's actually much nicer now than it was a couple years ago, because it shows you what you paid last month, and it shows you what actually went down. So it makes sense that we had an extra payment in April. The May 1st payment kind of was like an extra April payment. So we actually paid $942 toward principal last month. So that's pretty amazing. That's a lot of money, and more than we normally pay. We normally pay obviously the $273 a month toward principal, but instead we paid $942.86. Woohoo! And then interest $429, escrow $427. So our total payments were $1,800, and then paid year to date. So we paid $1,979 $55 toward principal, so about $2,000 toward principal toward our mortgage this year, which is thankfully more than the interest. $1,723 toward interest, and then escrow $1,697.15. So our escrow is on track. I hope our neighborhood keeps going up in value and we keep getting reappraised, but so far so good. We did have a huge jump that first year, so I'm hoping nothing changes with that. So total that we've paid this year so far is $5,400, and we've paid $2,000 toward principal. So now I'm going to show you what we've paid on our house overall. I have the ultimate financial goal of paying off our mortgage. So the purchase price of this house was, what was our purchase price? It feels like so long ago now. It was $158,900. And then our mortgage was actually pretty close to that, guys. It was not my best move, but it was $153,596. And so that was in July of 2016. So in May of 2019, our mortgage balance is currently, what did we say? We said $141,000 and $194. There's a lot of fours and 46 cents. We'll include that 46 cents. These were both 0 cents because they start out even. So this is kind of where we are in 3 years. So this was 2019, and this was 2000. I did not leave myself enough room. 2016. And the plan is to keep doing what we're doing. So I'm not going to write mortgage paid, but maybe mortgage reduced, because we've definitely paid more than this over 3 years, but we have reduced our mortgage, as you can see, to a new level. And then in the next coming months, it'll be under the 140 mark, which is going to be real exciting. It's going to feel like we have made so much progress, because our house is probably worth about 180 right now. So we have a lot of equity once we get down to those numbers. So we've paid off, in principal, we've knocked out $12,401.54. So we have made some progress on our mortgage in the first 3 years. It feels like not a ton, but the biweekly payments and the rounding up of payments, it does help. And I know that it's been literally zero pain, no pain at all, like the most painless way to speed up paying off the mortgage and reducing principal quickly. So if you are looking for ways to reduce your mortgage quickly, I would so suggest doing that. We're not pulling off from our other goals to make this happen. We are just, it's really easy to make it happen doing these two things. So they're very simple, and hopefully those are a couple ways that you can implement in your own life if you're trying to pay off your mortgage. I do want to pay off our mortgage, and I don't have an end date for that. I don't really have a plan because it's not the highest priority. These things are super painless, but it's not front of center currently. We will be doing more with this in the future once I've paid off those loans and kind of got us on a better track. But for now, I think I might just do quarterly updates on the mortgage and let you guys know how much progress we've made, because it is really motivating to see it go down that much and see that I've paid off $12,000 of our house. So that's pretty exciting. And I think quarterly would give us enough time of payments to see a little bit of a difference. We might even get to $1,000 paid off.
I hope this breakdown and seeing what we've done over the past 3 years has helped you. Obviously, we are not really attacking the mortgage, but these two very, very, very simple ways that we are paying off our mortgage faster can be done by almost anyone. So hopefully you'll manage to take one or both of those tips and implement it on your own mortgage to pay it off faster. Thank you guys for watching.